Hello everyone, this is just a dad. Is your Keurig K latte not working? I'm going to show you how to fix it. It's a really quick fix if the K cup side is not working. I'm going to show you how to clean the needles. So what happens is if your needles clog, and especially there's a needle on the top, kind of hard to see, but there is a needle on the top and a needle on the bottom. If these needles clog, there's a water pump in here. And I think when it senses back pressure, like from a clog, it shuts the pump down to prevent damage. So you may think there's something internally wrong here because you press the button, it shuts down or nothing comes out and you're like, man, the machine is completely broke. There's something internal. It could be just as the simple needle clog. We're going to need a paper clip, a metal one, preferably without the plastic on it. Make sure your machine is off and unplugged. We're going to lift this up and make sure this isn't hot. So the first part of this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the lower needle and clean it. Again, the needle is sharp down in there, but that's the only place where there's something sharp there, and the top needle. Okay, so what I like to do is poke up from the bottom. That kind of helps bring that basket up. And sometimes you do have to kind of pinch and lift up. But here we have the needle basket. There's our needle. So this thing's got a seam right here. It's designed to come apart. What I like to do is kind of grab it and just kind of, sometimes you have to twist. They can be kind of tricky. Twist, kind of turn it, just to kind of break it apart. It's got two little ears. Now, this bottom part can become, you'll be surprised, if you've never had this apart, this can get really, really dirty. And these four holes right here, you may have to clean those too. If your stream is not coming out, if it's coming out at an angle, or if it's not coming out very much, these can become really, really dirty. So take this over to the sink, run a bunch of water through it, and use a brush and clean this up really good. Here we have, that's where the needle, the bottom side of the needle is. Now, we're going to use this paper clip. When we push the paper clip in, it's not going to go all the way through. The needle is angled just enough. Now I can see the paper clip. See the paper clip coming up? But I can't get it to go all the way through because there's a little bit of an angle on the end of that. But that's okay. So I'm going to take this over to the sink. I'm going to put my paper clip in here and I'm going to move it back and forth, go up and down, run a bunch of water through here and get this really, really clean. While I've got it out, I'm also going to clean this area and kind of wash this out with a brush in there. That can get really dirty. Just mainly coffee grounds and the oils from the coffee can get in there. Once we've got this cleaned, we're going to put it back together. Now again, there's two little ears and there's these little holes on the side. You just line them up and snap it in. Okay, now it shouldn't turn and you shouldn't be able to pull it apart real easy. The needle basket is back together. Now that's very important. Now we're going to put this needle basket back in. What I tell people is make sure you can read the words caution sharp needles. Those are going to be facing you and the needle is going to be facing the machine. And if you look up here, when you do that, these two tangs will line up with those and then there's this center one. It's going to line up with that one. So you're just going to put it up here and you just kind of snap it in. Make sure it's nice and flush all the way around. Practice closing the handle. You should not have to force it closed. If you're having to force it, it means it's not in there properly. You could break something, so be careful. Okay, so unfortunately the top needle is a little harder and you can't remove it. I want to show you if you can see. So there's the needle, but there's this guard here. And in order to get past that guard, now you can try. So you're going to put your paper clip in here, but you're going to look through here. So see how it's got three openings? I'm going to put that paper clip in. Now be really careful. On the other side of that needle is a rubber hose that connects to it. If I poke this up too hard and puncture that rubber hose, I'm going to ruin the machine. So I want to be really careful. Just go till it stops. And I'm going to go in each, there's three openings, go in each opening. And if you can, go from opening to opening too. Go sideways. See how I'm going from opening to opening? It's a little harder with, some Keurigs don't have this guard. And you might have to kind of push it down to kind of see it, but even that's kind of hard. But just take your time with this. Again, if you close it just a little bit, you get a little more opening to go that way and then to go up through this way. Now you might have to do this several times. Okay, so now let's say we think we got it unclogged. Maybe you just loosened up the material. You didn't see anything come out, but we need to do a fresh water rinse. So leave this open. Don't put a K-cup here. We're just going to close it. Okay, so now I've got it plugged in again. I want to do a fresh water rinse. I'm just going to hit the 10-ounce button and let's see if water comes out. If water still doesn't come out, just turn the machine off, unplug it, and do that process over again with the needle. I have had to do it 3 times before I finally got some water to come out. So hopefully your freshwater stream is nice and even. That's kind of what it looks like when everything is nice and cleaned out. So again, let's say that maybe you didn't get quite all the fluid you should have gotten out, or it didn't come out very fast. Again, let this cool down and just repeat the process of cleaning those needles. So it may take several times, but you should eventually get it unclogged. The bottom needle is pretty easy to tell if you got it unclogged. The top one can be the hardest one. Now what I've found to be the main culprit is that when you leave K-cups in here overnight, that kind of sometimes clogs that top needle. So it's important to remove your K-cups. I hope this video helps. That's the intention of my videos. If you could, please like and subscribe.